Welcome back to the Shuffle Squad. Zach Lesage here. We're going to be covering over Toadscruel, the surprise deck of Portland, for today's video. Now, I was watching the stream at home when I saw that Ray Chen was playing it on stream with Toadscruel. Now, Toadscruel is not a deck that I was expecting in a field of Dragapult and Gardevoir, Raging Bolt, but not only did it win, it won against the Latin American international champion playing Gardevoir. So I think this deck might have some legs to it. I think it could be pretty strong. And maybe we'll be playing these mushroom Pokemon. What is it? Let me know what a Toedscruel is. But either way, this is a list that my friend grabbed from stream, kind of going over frame by frame, slide by slide. So we'll actually have it out before the tournament is completely finished. I am going to be putting this up on Monday, so I don't think we're going to necessarily have the Arcanine stuff up by then, but if we do, we'll see how close this list is. Anyways, our goal is to kind of spread this large board, accelerate a bunch of energies to our different Pokemon, and then we have Toadscruel. Both of them are going to have abilities that can kind of shape the metagame. Being able to kind of have this kind of combo working, being able to stop some of our opponent's Pokemon's kind of effects of attacks, being able to stop them being able to get some cards back from the discard pile can be pretty cool, and we're gonna hit for a pretty big punch. Is this deck it? Honestly, I think it might be. The QR code in the bottom left can scan, get that right to the Limitless page where you can import the deck list, or you can check into the description. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, boost a comment for the algorithm, and yeah, if you need any cards, check out Kayfabe Cards, Ultimate Guard, PTCGL Store, all of our sponsors here, and let's jump into some gameplay, see what's cooking with Toadscruel. All right, so we're gonna flip the coin, and we did not win the coin flip. Now, if I had a choice, I think I'd like to go first so I can get my Toadscruel in play to evolve them and start attacking turn 2. But maybe that's not always a possibility. At least if we go second, our Teal Mask Ogerpon could potentially attack on the first turn. We could play supporters. So we'll see how it plays out here. Now, not my favorite hand in the world, but also not terrible. We're going to go with the Squawkabilly, I guess, in the active spots, because Iron Leafs is a card that we'd want to play down from our hands so that we're able to use its Rapid Vernier kind of ability. So I think this part might be a little bit tough against the Raging Bolt because they should be able to... Oh, okay, interesting. I've never seen Raging Bolt with Miraidon. Is this Belly Bolts? Okay, cool. So different Raging Bolt build than I'm expecting. But at least this means that they can't go Noctowl for Prime Catcher right away. Cool. Well, we have a couple choices here. Do we want to play Iono? And I think with our opponent's 3-card hands, the answer is probably no. I think there's a higher chance that I might want to actually use Motivate this turn, because I don't know if it makes sense to get to the active. Either way, attaching a Grass Energy here, probably worthwhile. I don't want to get rid of double energy switch, but I don't want to give our opponent a good hand. It's tough. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Grass Energy here, and I'm gonna go for Squawk and Seize. I don't think we always need to have access to energy switch when it comes to our hands, and this is going to be a tough one. We just keep on getting energy switch in our hands. A lot of copies of the same card, so the deck kind of is consistent. I can't research those within good faith. So as much as we're going to lose some of our resources, we're going to give our opponent some cards in their hands. We need to have access to some Pokemon here, big time. Look at the top 7 cards. You can get any combination of grass Pokemon. So the thing that we probably want to do first before we use Nest Ball is to use bug catching set. It depends on, I guess, what we're really trying to look for here. We have a Toadscruel. We have another Teal Mask Ogerpon. So I'd actually probably want to thin the deck out first so we have a higher chance of getting energy. I do know that we want to have a double Toadscruel out. And let's just go for a Nest Ball here. Nest Ball to grab another Teal Mask Ogerpon, because we want to keep on ramping up these energies. Now let's go for Bug Catching set, and there's the Grass Energies. You can see that there's nothing else that we got. That's fine. We have some fodder for Teal Dance, and we're able to maybe accelerate, draw some more cards. Drawing a bunch of one-of cards can really be cool. We have some supporters for next turn. And honestly, I'm just going to end my turn by using Motivate. Raging Bolt is probably going to be a little bit more of a difficult matchup, at least at this point, because they can really knock out our Pokemon pretty easily. So it sucks that we have a 2 prize card Pokemon in the active. So if they're able to go Bellowing Thunder and discard 3 energies, they're able to get the knockout. That's going to be tough. And if we get out a Toadscruel EX, then they're able to get it out a little bit more. Now, to just go one more. Oh, okay. I guess they're bringing up Toadscruel because they're going to use Burst Roar. Sometimes you just get a bad hand. I guess our Iono, there's not really much they could have done there. So let's try to be the aggressor in this matchup. We did get an energy switch, and I don't really see us using... I think we're going to just end up discarding everything. So let's go Grass Energy goes here for our turn, because we want to make sure that we could potentially attack. And let's just go Energy Switch from our Squawk ability over to this Toadscruel. So no matter what, we have an opportunity to attack. We don't need to retreat. I don't care about boss's orders because our opponent's active is something that we really want to knock out. And our goal here is, we always want to have a goal when it comes in mind, is we're looking for Toadscruel EX and hopefully enough to do knockout on Raging Bolts. Now you can see we have the Toadscruel EX. So prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon that have any grass energy or any energy attack. Then we do 80 plus 40 for each of your bench Pokemon that has any grass energy attached. So 1, 2, 3, 120, 200. So we're actually a little bit short, unfortunately. I think we are, at least. We're only hitting for 200. So maybe taking the energy off of the Squawk ability was a misplay. But like, I mean, reasonably, like, what else am I supposed to be doing here? Let's go for Area 0 because we have Terra Pokemon in play. Let's get Fez down. Let's go Toadscruel goes down. And I don't want to evolve into this Toadscruel yet. I'd rather evolve this one. Let's go Nest Ball, see if there's anything else we can get. And let's go for a Teal Mask Ogerpon. So it sucks that we just didn't get any energies. Maybe we could have gone for like a Mew EX, but I think our Mew EX is prize. I didn't see it there. UEX, we could have drawn some more cards, but let's just go for Colony Rush. Unfortunately, being a little bit short, our opponent missed, we missed. I think this is the type of deck I like to call like a casino deck. You're pulling those slots and you're like, can I get the grass energies? Can I accelerate to all my different Pokemon? And when this deck sets up like it did on stream, it's absolutely fantastic. But there's also the point where our opponent could also not have all the resources necessary here either. So they might be a little bit confused on how to approach a Toadscruel matchup. I'd be lying to you to say that I am fully prepared to play against Toadscruel. Now, the thing that makes this deck cool is with the Mycelium, prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to all your Pokemon that have energy attached. So you can put grass energy on your things like Toadscruel prevents Dragapult's Phantom Dive from hitting a Toadscruel. So you could put your opponent in a really awkward position depending if all your Pokemon have energy. Additionally, you can stop your opponent from Toadscruel putting cards back into their hand with abilities or trainer cards. So something like Night Stretcher, like a deck like Gardevoir, can't get back all its little Scream Tails. It can't get back Drifloon, stuff like that. So there's certainly some cool strategies here working, and I like how direct and basic this deck is, to be honest. Like, I think it sounds really cool. Not necessarily playing out the best this game, but maybe our opponents, maybe we have a chance here. I don't know. They're discarding an energy there. Will we have all the pieces? They're probably playing Lavencia, so actually the superior energy retrieval would have been us having this Toadscruel might have been a little bit better had I known this matchup out a little bit more. The Toadscruel going in play could have been fire. But at least we know that next turn, and we'll draw cards off Bez, and we'll kind of rock it out that way. I think there's a good chance that we're able to kind of overcome this matchup. And Raging Bolt's popular. This build is not as popular, but it's pretty cool. They only have 3 energies so far. Maybe they don't have the last one, and I guess they're just going to concede there. We'll try another one and see how the deck plays out, but that was a good warm-up game at the very least. Learning a little bit more. Because I mean, there's only so many times I get a chance to try these decks out. If I sat here and tried 100 games with it, and then just to make a YouTube video, it wouldn't necessarily be cool. But let's jump into another one. I really like our opponent's Marty's coin. I think it looks really cool. I haven't really seen that one before. So our opponent's flipping, and let's hope we get to start first this game. I think they chose heads. Now they might want to go second. A lot of decks in format want to go seconds. But if not, we'll just go... We will go first. Cool. Win-win. I love when that stuff happens. So let's see how our deck goes going first this game, and we'll see the good, the bad, the ugly of this deck. Not really my favorite start here, to be honest. Like, we keep on getting cards and squawkabilly. Do I want to lose my Toadscruels and a Super Rod? Probably not. Let's go. I know we want a Toadscruel out. That's like step one. I probably could have actually used bug catching set before I used the other nest ball, so let's just go ahead and try that out. Let's grab this. Sure, I'm cool with that. And let's at least get one of these out there. I'm gonna decide what I want to do with the second one in a second. Okay, we can actually go like this now. Nest ball, Teal Mask, Ogre Pawn. Now, do we have another Super Rod in here? We do have another Super Rod, so we can get back some of those things. We have some grass energies. We have our other Toadscruel, so I feel kind of okay getting rid of them. It'd be nice to get an Ultra Ball so we were actually able to use our Super Rod. There's no way we top deck. That's so bad. So if anyone's wondering why it's bad that we top deck the Toadscruel, is because we want to use Squawk and Seize, but we can't use Super Rod with cards that are in our hand already. So we actually have all of our Toadscruels and a Super Rod in, ironically. So if I don't use Squawk and Seize, I just draw a pass. And now we're going to be trying to find the Super Rod throughout the rest of the game. There's not really too much else that I can do here. Like, it's like bad either way. And there's, of course, the Ultra Ball and some of the top cards. So whatever. We're just going to attach an energy for our turn here to Toadscruel, and I'm going to pass. There's a chance like we can attack with Iron Leaves next turn, so like don't always think that it's like this is just a Toadscruel deck. When things like I could have prized Toadscruel, like it's absolutely laughable that we're discarding Toadscruel, Super Rod. But we'll get through it, and I think that's really like the biggest piece here, is that we can get through it or potentially get through it. We have other attackers like Teal Mask, Ogre Pawn that can use Myriad Leaf Shower. We have Iron Leaves. Like, we might not have an answer against Cornerstone. I'm honestly not entirely sure. Blissey is probably not our favorite matchup in the world, but you want to know what? Let's go for at least, I mean, we can get the knockout with Teal Mask, Ogre Pawn on their active, so let's try to do that. Keep on drawing a lot of resources that we'd probably like to use. I'm just going to go for Ultra Ball, discarding Energy Switch. I don't really see us using Energy Switch beyond this. I actually don't see us using Iron Leaves. We might actually use Energy Switch. Let's just grab a Latias, and you can see when it comes to Pokemon with abilities, I'm a little bit worried about Cornerstone. Maybe we can deal with it when it comes down to like a Mew EX, because we can copy their Demolish attack. So let's go Energy Switch here, so at least we have the energy that we can attack with. No reason not to put Area 0 in play. It's going to help them out a little bit too, but I don't know if they care about that or not. And we'll go Toadscruel goes down. Mew EX goes down. We could have used Bug Catching Set first, but let's just like, sure, let's grab some grass energies. That's awesome. We just want to have more energy in play, so we have some things that we can do. Cool. I don't want to go too big on the bench in case our opponent plays a counter stadium, but I am going to start powering up Mew EX for Cornerstone. Cornerstone is weak to grass, so we could maybe get there with Toadscruel that doesn't have an ability that can hit for 80. So just trying to think about like outside of the box, and we're gonna hit for 120 here. So far actually not terrible. Which one do we feel lucky with? Boom. Let's go with that. Toadscruel back online, baby. Yeah, I feel like you definitely, like, I'm rooting for like the underdog here. Like, Toadscruel does have some things going against it. I think the deck is like flawed in a few ways. Like, it's not a perfect deck. It's a type of deck that I think you could go on a deep run with the regionals with if things go your way. It is the type of deck that I think like has some solid matchups in the right meta game. That's cool. We're gonna get rid of Squawk ability. I'm fine with the town store. Rock on town store. But like, yeah, in the right way, I feel like this could be cool. Like it's all right, and it's a type of deck that I'd like to have built with me in my backpack for any IC, just in case those right things kind of shape up. So if this deck doesn't necessarily work out for you, there might be some things holding it back. If it does work out for you though, it is kind of cool. Okay, so they're going to use Energize and start lifting up some energies, and they're using Iono and whatever. There's our Toadscruel going away. Peace out, Toadscruel. See you again maybe some other time. I don't know. Did get Super Rod too. Definitely not upset about Super Rod. So there's their energies, and they're just going to start moving their energies. Now, we might want to boss around some of their Pokemon, but I'd like to use Demolish if possible, copying it with MewEX's genome hacking. So we're looking for an energy switch because we already have the energy in hand, and we played 3 energy switch. So yeah, because the Pokemon that have prevent all damage from attacks onto this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability, that's kind of tough. So there's their energies. They're probably going to start attacking us with Demolish. I'd like to get the first hit on our opponent's Pokemon. Now, they did just Iono us. We didn't have energy switch at the bottom of our deck. So let's start off by just going like this. Let's Super Rod back some of those Pokemon. Definitely think that there's a case for a Toadscruel. I don't really care about Iron Leafs. It's not going to really help in this situation. And I don't really want to lose some of these pieces because we have no more recovery at this point. So I'm just going to go for Iono and see how this works out. Okay. There's a chance we can get here with Teal Mask Ogerpon. Oh, like a very small chance, but we probably won't. Chance here that we could it's effects of attacks. So I think what I want to do here is like town store is going to be mildly annoying. I'm just going to retreat into Latias, which could like take a hit from Demolish, and I'm going to pass. We cannot attack this because of Cornerstone's ability, Cornerstone stance. So honestly, like a single Cornerstone is like, hi Toadscruel, welcome to welcome to pain. At least with this build, like maybe you want to include a grass Pokemon. I know that like Zarude could be interesting, but they're just gonna go TM Evo. They're taking a slower stance. There's Arven. Let's see what they're cooking up with Arven. EXP share, all that good stuff. And I think what they're gonna do is just get set up with like, I think we're in a pretty tough spot here because what's going to happen is we're going to hit this Cornerstone Ogerpon, and then they're going to evolve into Blissies and be able to move their dark energies around and take 60 damage back, hit us for 140 because it goes through our resistance. So I don't think we have a good opportunity there. 140 plus 60 is not enough for us. Maybe we can use Iono. But like, or actually maybe we could use Boss on the Blissey depending on how things are going. It's 30 less damage from attacks. That's tough. There's only so many bosses here in this deck too that we can get around things. Like we took the 1 prize, but like really just a struggle here. We're doing 80 plus for each of your bench, so 1, 2, 3. So that's 200 minus 30, 170. Not all the way there. Okay, so those bosses, I can't play Iono reasonably. I have to go area 0, and let's just go for Iono right now, because I'm not using boss. I mean, we can't even get a knockout. Like, I could get a knockout on Monkey Dory, I guess. But I think I want to save bosses for Blissey. Maybe, like... Part of me is just like, what if we just take the knockout there? But I think I want to go for Iono. We just need to get set up a little bit better, and we can maybe draw into some of these cards after that. And, okay, well, we're going to be struggling a little bit here. We're going to go Nest Ball. Nest Ball is going to search out maybe like another Toadscruel. Let's get, probably don't need this Toadscruel in all actuality. Just maybe want, in case our opponent has some other things, we could get out this Toadscruel. And now we could draw a couple cards with Restart, so that's going to be our main draw engine outside of Teal Dance, because we didn't get any grass energies, and there's some grass energies. So when it comes to increasing our damage output, I think we have to, like, if I force my opponent to attack here, we'll lose the Mew. I think what we want to do is try to build up a little bit more. So let's go, grass energy goes to this Toadscruel. We've lost a lot of energy switch, so that's bringing it to 210, I think. Not enough. So yeah, I think I'm going to just take the hit on the Latias and hope our opponent does not have boss. And we're just going to try to maybe get around this. But, like, honestly, the Cornerstone's really what's going to be hurting us the most here, is that we can't get through Cornerstones because our opponent, like, our Pokemon have an ability. Like, Mew has an ability, but Demolish, we could copy Demolish and get through it. That's it. So it's unfortunate that, like, out of the games that we're playing into, like, we play a good game, we kind of get set up, and then we kind of hit a tough matchup. But that's Pokemon, right? Like, not every single deck is meant to win against every deck, and that's the biggest thing that I, like, if there's anything I want to showcase here. Okay, and they're just going to start attacking with Demolish, so that's cool. Can't really get rid of that, can we now? Honestly, I'd like to attack with Toadscruel this turn, so we can start building up some damage. Now, we're doing 80 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, so 240. We do 210 there. Don't really think there's a great opportunity for us. Like, I think one of my knockouts has to just be going on this Monkey Dory. And let's use Restart to try to continue to advance our board state. Like, we have to deal with some of the cards that we're getting caught up with. Let's use Nest Ball, grabbing out another Teal Mask Ogerpon so we can maybe build up some more damage in the future. And let's use Bug Catching Set. We're going to grab a couple Grass Energies. I don't really care about the other Toadscruel right yet. Let's use Teal Dance here. We do have the Prime Catcher, but, like, we're only hitting 250, so, like, not really getting all the way there. 280 is a decent bit of damage, though. Next turn, maybe possible if we're able to build up some more energies. We'd have to get another Teal Dance, and we'd have to get another energy. So there's another energy, but I think our Teal Dances are we have a Teal Dance that's prized. So we cannot get the 2 energies necessary for this kind of situation. So, okay, so they're able to move some stuff around. We don't have any damage on us. They don't play Prime Catcher themselves, so because they play Precious Trolley. So maybe we can use Prime Catcher to get around their Pokemon, but, like, this Demolish is really, really holding us back. Maybe the Pokegear is going to be able to find their boss's orders. We're also only down to 7 cards left in our deck. Like, this deck does go through a lot of resources. Okay, cool. There's a Demolish. Not enough for us to really do too much there. The boss Prime Catcher kind of play, that's kind of tough. I know we have an energy switch, so there's a chance that we might be able to get the energy switch off of the teal dance. So let's go ahead and try to get there. I don't think we're getting there. I think that there's a better chance for me to use... We're doing how much again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is 200, 280. 280, if we had attached the energy there, it'd be 310, but it's 310 minus 30 with the rigid band that they have attached because it's a stage 1 Pokemon. So I think what we have to go here is go boss up this. At least we're like, I don't know, I don't feel like it's changing too much. Like, we're losing an energy. Like, it's just a really tough matchup, y'all. Feel like I'm struggling here, and if I went for a research, then I just deck out. If I bring up the other monkey, then I don't lose an energy. At least, like, I don't know. I don't think it matters. There's area 0. Like, I think we're gonna get down to maybe 2 prize cards this game, and then maybe be okay. I could have maybe attacked with Teal Mask Ogerpon on the other one. That might have been better with Prime Catcher, to be honest. So I think, like, in retrospect, if they didn't have access to boss, that would have been really cool. But I'm pretty sure we just don't have enough resources to complete this game with us losing 2 super rods, us having a Teal Mask Ogerpon prized, and all of our energy switches that we had to lose along the way. So very resource management intensive, and sometimes you're not always given the best choices. I mean, at least this might protect us a little bit. We do have the boss, we do have the Prime Catcher. Like, I just don't think we have enough resources to finish this. Energy wise or anything else like that. Like, I think we have 13 energy, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have all energies in play. I think we can maybe attack with like Toadscruel again. Like, that's a non-issue, but I don't know how we're gonna. Maybe we can attack with, we can get energy switch. I think I have at least a line, like 1 line. So there's a knockout, whatever. That is what it is. And I think what we want to do is just send up a Latias EX here, and let's see what we can get cooking. I think if I go Pheasantipity, there's a real chance that I just like lose this game because we'll run out of resources, because I want to at least attack with Mute like twice. So if I go boss's orders this up, and then I'm going to just retreat into Toadscruel. I know I get the knockout with the Toadscruel, and they don't knock me out in return. So it's going to put us down to 2 prize cards. And if we are able to get an energy switch, at least I can attack with Mew. There's no Monkey Dory in play. Like, I don't think it's a good, like, it's not a perfect game plan, but like, at least we're like putting ourselves in a good position. Now, them going after Latias is fine because we might be able to hit, well, actually no, because now they could just retreat and move the energy with Monkey Dory. So we can't actually, I don't think we can win this game because we have no more boss left. We have a Prime Catcher left. Let's just hope that Prime Catcher really decides to be good, I guess. We need to hope that Prime Catcher isn't the last card in our deck and that our opponent doesn't retreat around this. And we do have the Prime Catcher. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 180, 180, 150, not enough. I think what I do here is I just go Prime Catcher up, either one of these because it doesn't matter, and we send up Toadscruel. And we just hit it for 210. If our opponent decides to attack with return and they don't have boss to knock out our Mew EX, now they should just move the energies, retreat back into Cornerstone Ogerpon. If we had another boss, we'd be okay, but they do have the boss here to win the game. We brought it where we were like 1 attack away, and it is what it is. Good on our opponent. The Cornerstone is like really just too much for this deck to handle in its current build, but you could add in like another grass Pokemon that doesn't have an ability. Cool deck, some flaws, but we'll close things out and I'll kind of talk about it for a second. So Toadscruel was interesting to play at the very least. I think it has a lot of moving pieces, and sometimes if you get a clogged hand, as you saw with the Toadscruels, the Super Rods, that you can run out of resources, and it's hard to get off a huge colony rush. And Slime Mold Colony is going to be better against some matchups than others, but sometimes, as you saw in the first game, your opponent's just going to scoop if they can't really make things happen. So I think there's some like kind of case for this deck. I think it could be quite strong, but as of right now, like I think it's got to be kind of like mid-ish. Certainly could win in the right circumstances, but otherwise struggles a little bit to just itself. And it's one of those decks where it's kind of like Lugia in a way, where it's like Lugia struggles to itself more than it struggles to the metagame. Maybe I just hit the randomness that's not great for Toadscruel, but otherwise I thought it was honestly a super fun deck to play, and hopefully get a chance to play some more with some cool decks that I've seen at Portland. So this week, this is the Monday video to kick things off. Gonna be kind of going over a recap of Portland regionals as soon as we possibly can, a tier list as we head into the Bologna special events, and then of course see what else the rest of the week brings us. So I hope everyone appreciated watching this video, enjoyed themselves, and has a great rest of their Monday. Other than that, I have some availability for the North American International Championships. If anyone's looking to get any coaching, hit me up on metafy.gg/@Zacklessage, or stay tuned for any of the classes that either myself or the Shuffle Squad's gonna run. I'll catch up with all y'all soon. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes.
Tabi no hajimari wa tsune ni michi e no ippo de aru. Sore wa yami e to tsuzuku. 初めの一歩を踏み出すには勇気がいる。そして旅の終わりには旅を始めた時の自分とは別人になっているかもしれない。旅に出よう。物語の次の章がお主を待っている。将軍の道を歩め。侍の箱とともに。アルティメットガードが送る冒険の第一章。刀将軍の道近日発売。
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed the content that we have today, and maybe you'll click on one of these other videos, enjoy those videos too. If you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what video you want to watch next. Until next time, we'll catch up with all y'all later. Have yourself a great day.